The National Economic Council says the decision on the removal of the subsidy on petroleum will be made in June, when the provision for its payment in the 2022 budget expires. The council, chaired by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, met at the Presidential Villa Abuja earlier today and disclosed that since the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited is now a limited liability company, it must run differently. Governors of Nasarawa and Edo State briefed correspondents on the outcome of the meeting.
For NEC, the arguments have been put out: should we continue this regime of spending money we do not have to subsidize the living standards of mostly those who have vehicles too? And when NEC looked at some of the analysis last year, we then realized that less than 1/3 of the states of this country consume 2/3 of the subsidy. So the issue of equity also came up. All of these findings were presented to NEC, and NEC has had several deliberations, and the deliberations are still ongoing. So no, NEC hasn't come up with any decision yet. I think recommendations have also been made to the President.
And joining us now to discuss this is a public affairs analyst, Yemi Alabi, who joins us via Zoom from Ibadan. Good to have you join us.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. We are back to this again, just 10 years after the Occupy Nigeria protest, which was also focused on fuel subsidy. We're back to the issue of fuel subsidy, with NLC also threatening to call for a protest or strike rather. Why is this issue so contentious, even though we are now getting to a point where some people believe that, look, it has to be removed? But why do you think it is still so contentious?
Okay, because a subsidy generally is giving people a product at a reduced price, not at the market price. So what this means is that all the white products we buy in Nigeria, white petroleum products, kerosene, they are subsidized to an extent. So we do not pay the market price for them. Now, if you look at the template in the last couple of years, we've been spending a good percentage of budget subsidizing this product. Now, let me make it clear that there is no society that does not substitute one product or the other. Some countries substitute agriculture, they subsidize agricultural products and so on. But in Nigeria, we subsidize fertilizers, subsidize power, energy, subsidize petroleum products. So now, because we have been importing the bulk of the white products that we consume in this country, the bulk of this money goes out, to provide labor, provide employment for people in other countries. And at the same time, it is the elite really that enjoy the subsidy. I mean, these were the same arguments that were propounded in 2012, and we saw the uproar that followed the Occupy Nigeria. So we are here at this point because government has to take a tough decision. They either continue to subsidize at the expense of other developmental. You can see that the governors are insane. Who are those that form the NEC? The governors are well agreed because they know that once subsidy is removed, they have more in the federation account, FAC, that can be distributed between all of them. Whether it will now translate to better development for the people is something we don't know.
And you have You have laid the issues really really clearly. I think that's where the issues are. People feel like, look, I guess people just feel like, look, this is the only thing we seem to be benefiting at this moment. Why do you want to take it away? Because if you do, where then is a benefit? I think my real question earlier should have been, why haven't we found a way around it? Because even some economists, I know a lot of economists who seem to support the idea of the removal of first subsidy, because you've seen the fluctuation in terms of economic growth in the country for a while. They say we simply do not have that money and we simply cannot afford it. But governors say they will be meeting with NLC, the NLC unions in a couple of weeks or in a couple of days. But how do you think that this issue should be resolved? I don't think we're at the point where Nigerians want to buy fuel for 302 naira per litre.
We're never going to be at a point where all of us can come to a consensus. And that is why we have, delegated all our powers and giving it to some people to use it, on our behalf. And they have to, I hope because this subsidy keeps, they've removed it, it is this, it is partial deregulation, we need to take a firm decision. Leadership is not about, getting the people to like you. It's about just doing the right things and, hope for the best. Using, all the factors at your disposal. If they do not do it, we're going to get to a point again where they will not be able to pay salaries. Is that what we want?
But let me ask you, because I think I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I think I have just a few seconds, and I just want to quickly ask you. I think sometimes it's also about the time frame. When government says, we're doing it now, people haven't been prepared for the consequences of that decision. We're hearing that from June.
But they're talking about June.
We're hearing June. Do you think that that's enough time in terms of putting palliatives together? Because again, there are no palliatives for people or there have been no palliatives in any other area for people to say, okay, we're falling back on this. Do you think that June is enough time for people to begin to prepare for fuel subsidy removal?
Refinery, even a modular refinery cannot be built between now and June. So I think we just need to brace up. I know it is tough. When you jump from 162 naira to 300 and something, it's a tough jump. But if the government does not do it, the state is going to go bankrupt. So we have to pick our poison at this point. It is
a slippery issue, along with every other issue we have to deal with in this country, where it looks like every side is right. Thank you so much for talking to us, Public Affairs Analyst Yemi Alabi.